would be an interesting video, and that's probably just my bias because I'm into 6, 8, and 12,
Yeah.
is doing videos on just the moksha, Kāma,
Yeah, it's very interesting.
like do a video on moksha houses, do a
Yeah,
video on Kāma houses, do a video on whatever. But
yeah,
I'm more obviously interested in the moksha houses, but
yeah.
not moksha. Actually, that's not true.
But
Yeah,
you, but you
I'm
cannot just have moksha without the other goals of life, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's
That's
not
the
true. Actually, clearly, I'm also interested in moksha, but I'm also interested in the dishta. Like, they're not all. If you said it's 4, 8, and 12, right?
they're all mokshas, yeah. But six is the Artha house, which you
Okay.
also like six, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. I mean, yeah, it's a super interesting. We're kind of for a minute getting off topic, but it's interesting because first of all, when we look at the three moksha houses, is like going through primary school, secondary school, and then post-secondary school. You cannot have the 12th house moksha, for example, without having fourth and eighth. So we're talking about a kind of a progression, right? Understand yourself, fourth house, understand this world and its fears, for example. 12th house, understand the mysteries of existence in the 12th house. You can't skip yourself and then jump into the notion of God and the divine, right? You can't skip the world, the mysteries of it, and then just jump into yourself. It's a progressive thing, right? Same with the Artha houses, like 2, 6, and 10. Understand it in the context of how to set up a pillar for your family, understand how to maintain these pillars in the 6th house, and then understand how to take these pillars in the 10th house in the world and do that for them. And then another thing is, it has to start with Dharma. If you do not have moral integrity and if you do not have purpose, you cannot have moksha, right? How do you get to that without that? And then we have an obligation once when we know our sense of purpose, the world has put us here. We have taken birth to do something with it. That's Artha. That's building wealth. That's building support and stability. Especially in the Vedic tradition, and what is so beautiful about this tradition compared to all the other religion is that the ultimate being's purpose and objective is pleasure and joy. And it's endowed us with the goal of Kāma. So we have an obligation in this life to understand the art of joy and enjoyment. And in the 3rd house, which is a Kāma house, is how do we bring joy to ourselves, right? In the 7th house, how do we bring joy to other people? And then in the 11th house, how do we just share and distribute the joy? And we're participating in it. And there's this kind of a back and forth. And then once when you have figured out your Dharma, once when you have figured out your Artha, and you have figured out what Kāma means in life, now you can have moksha. And when people talk about moksha, like, I just want to be liberated and give it all up. Who are you to give anything up? What have you done? I always ask people, like, what makes you think you have anything worthy of giving up yet? Because you had to do the Dharma, you had to do the Artha, you had to do the Kāma. And now, middle of your enjoyment, at the height of it, that's when you have so much to give up. And if you can give that up, you are an enlightened being. You know what I mean? Like the story of Buddha, right? He was a prince. He had everything. He gave up everything. That is something. But a person who hasn't achieved anything, hasn't attained anything, hasn't contributed anything, like, what are you giving up anyway? To me, that sounds like an excuse a lot of people use to bypass the Dharma, the Artha, and the Kāma. Those are life's work. Those are the hardest parts. And the hardest part is in the Kāma part, you've mastered life. Now you can live the rest of your life happy and, I don't know, just enjoy all of it. And then that's when you're supposed to go in the forest and give it all up. Now you liberate yourself. Now you know what it means to liberate, So that's why, like, some people get so stuck on the Dharma part, and then some people are just so stuck on Artha, Kāma, or Moksha. If we're going to do it right, we have to go through the whole process. So a little bit of a side note on the 4 goals of life. And then if this topic is interesting, check out the 6th house video we did, Sun through the 6th house, because we talked way more about this goal of life compared to the other videos too.